All right, folks, welcome to College Football Now. I'm here with Tom Gerard, Austin Parpart, and I'm Julie Gordon. We're happy to be here, and it's a busy college football season. Actually, tonight was the first night where we started out with some games. Iowa versus Nebraska just finished. Austin, talk a little bit about Iowa's undefeated season. It looks like they beat out the Huskers.
Yeah, well, Iowa, they've had a tremendous season, but the thing is they haven't played a team in the top. They haven't played the top Big Ten teams yet. They haven't played Ohio State, Michigan, or Michigan State. So that's going to be a challenge for them. As you see, they won 28-20 against Nebraska tonight. Their quarterback, C.J. Beathard, has over 2,000 passing yards, and he has 13 passing touchdowns on the year, only 3 interceptions. He is one of the only 5 quarterbacks, I believe, to start 12-0 in his first season.
Do you think Iowa can go all the way?
It depends. They got to see what they do next week, because if they don't win the Big Ten championship, they're not going to make it to the...
All right. Well, we're all root for Iowa.
Yes.
All right. So tomorrow we've got a huge game, Notre Dame versus Stanford. So Notre Dame, it wasn't an easy game for them last week. They played at Fenway Park against Boston. They had some troubles. You've got Proce's running back. He's out. You've got a freshman who's starting now as running back. Kaiser, a little bit of struggles. He had 3 interceptions. Talk about, does Notre Dame have a chance to win against Stanford?
You always have a chance to win, but they can't play like they did last week. Kaiser can't throw 3 interceptions in the red zone. They're having a freshman running back, Josh Adams. He's putting up some pretty good numbers, not as good as Proce, but they can't have as many turnovers. They had 5 last week. They had 2 fumbles and 3 interceptions. Will Fuller didn't really have a big game last week. He just wasn't in the zone last week.
Well, what's the key to Notre Dame winning though? What do you think?
Well,
first you got to stop Kevin Hogan from Stanford. He's a great quarterback, senior this year. And then you got to stop Shane McCaffrey too, running back. He's had a great year. He has over 1,000 rushing yards. He also has 7 touchdowns. His longest run of the year is 70 yards. So you got to stop that offense.
So the key is going to be time of possession.
Yes.
I mean, Notre Dame, if they keep the ball more, they're going to keep their offense off the field. So that's going to be key to them. So they have to kind of control the ball with the running game, won't they?
Yeah. Absolutely. And you got a dual threat with Kaiser. So great game to watch tomorrow.
And they can't have that many turnovers like they did last time, because that's just a killer.
All right, Tom, you've got a game.
Oh my God, one of the biggest rivalries of all time, Ohio State, Michigan. There is so much to talk. There's so much at stake for each one of these teams. I know Ohio State's kind of having a tough time a little bit right now. Their quarterback's getting in some trouble, but Michigan's kind of on a roll. Jim Harbaugh is their new coach right now. What is the key for Michigan to beat Ohio State?
Key for Michigan to beat Ohio State. Well, first of all, they got to stop J.T. Barrett. He took the starting role. After he took the starting role away from Cardale Jones, he's been playing great. But after that trouble, they kind of struggled last week against Michigan State, and they can't do that because Ohio State has not played a top 25 team all year until last week, which is really a killer because Michigan State is in the top 25. Michigan State was in the top 25, and so is Michigan. So they gotta
You got 3 different options there. Michigan State.
Oh my God, there's just
Ohio
so much
State.
emotions going to be at
So much up in the air.
There's so much emotion.
So should we move on to South Carolina and Clemson?
No, I want to continue to talk about Ohio State.
This is a great game.
This is amazing. Did I hear that the team went to the Bo Schembechler gravesite? Did I hear they do that? To motivate them?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man.
To motivate Ohio State too, they banned khakis in Michigan. Good
really?
idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Are you serious?
Oh, it's going to be a lot of
Clothing
fun.
is involved?
Yeah,
Harbaugh wears his khakis.
So Ohio has to ban it,
Yeah. Well, tough loss last week, so we'll see what happens this week. All right, so we've got South Carolina versus undefeated Clemson. Clemson obviously upset Notre Dame. I don't know if it was an upset.
No, it wasn't.
But Clemson is undefeated, and we've got Steve Spurrier retires in the middle of the season a few weeks ago. We'll see what happens with South Carolina. Clemson, Deshaun Watson, Heisman possible. He's a dual threat. What do you think is going to happen here? Is Clemson going to pull it off just like expected?
Clemson will pull it off. They're 11-0. South Carolina's 3-8. Okay, South Carolina has an interim coach. Okay, they're not going to stop Watson. Watson has over 2,000 passing yards, and he has over 600 rushing yards. Dual threat, obviously. They're going to have to stop Watson, but Clemson also has a good running back in Wayne Gallum, he has over 1,000 rushing yards, so they're gonna have to stop that rushing game and that passing game. As you were calling the Notre Dame game, Clemson had that big run by Watson the first play of the game.
That was a heartbreaker, wasn't it, for Notre Dame?
In the end, I mean, we got all these games going on. The bowl games are just starting. The playoffs, it's our second year of having this type of structure with the playoffs. Who do you think is going to end up on top?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yes.
All right, you heard it here. Thank you for joining us at College Football Now. My colleagues, Tom, Austin, we'll see you come January.